Hello, dear student friends. This is Dr. Vijay Maknikar, Assistant Professor in Law, Sri Shivaji Law College, Parbhani, and here I am going to deliver a lecture on the topic Contempt of Court.
Friends, before going to the concept of contempt of court, we have to see the dictionary meaning of the term contempt. According to the dictionary meaning, contempt is a lack of respect or a reverence for something. So it is concerned with showing a disrespect towards something. Now we'll see Halsbury's Law of England has tried to define the concept of contempt of court. According to it, any act done or writing published which is calculated to bring a court or a judge into contempt or to lower his authority or to interfere with the due course of justice or the lawful process of the court is a contempt of a court. Any episode in the administration of justice may, however, be publicly or privately criticized, provided that the criticism is fair and temperate and made in good faith. The absence of any intention to refer to a court is a material point in favor of a person alleged to be in contempt. So, in brief, contempt of court is nothing but any act or writing that is published that ultimately lowers the authority of the court, or sometimes it may try to interfere in the due process or the due course of justice or the lawful process of the court, and that is nothing but a contempt of a court. But sometimes it may find exception if the criticism is fair and has been made in good faith, provided the court has to look into the merit of that particular criticism. Friends, now we'll see the jurisprudential as well as the constitutional basis of the concept of contempt of court. We have to see the jurisprudential foundation in the context of rule of law. Friends, as we know, rule of law is a basic feature of the Constitution. Rule of law requires respect of a law, and in that context, the maintenance of dignity of the court is one of the cardinal principle of the rule of law. In Kapil Dev Prasad Saha and others versus State of Bihar and others, the Supreme Court held that disobedience of court's order would be a violation of the principle of rule of law. In Ramalingam versus V.V. Mahalinga Nadar, a contempt of court was considered as a matter which concerns the administration of justice and the dignity and the authority of judicial tribunals. So it is all way talking about the rule of law, which is basic feature of the Constitution, which requires respect towards the law, and in order to maintain the law, it is the courts that are working, and in order to maintain the dignity of court. So in the context of rule of law, we are having the law relating to contempt of court. As per as Article 19 Clause 2 is concerned, it justifies reasonable restrictions on the freedom of speech and expression in the context of contempt of a court. And with the help of the Constitution and philosophical foundation, we are having the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. Now friends, we will see what exactly mean by contempt of court. Contempt of court that has been defined under section 2A of the Act of 1971, that includes civil contempt under section 2B as well as the criminal contempt under section 2C. First of all, we'll look into the concept of civil contempt. As far as the section 2B is concerned of the Act of 1971, it states civil contempt means willful disobedience to any judgment, decree, direction, order, writ, or other process of a court, or willful breach of an undertaking given to a court. So civil contempt is concentrating upon two things. Number one is willful disobedience towards any judgment, decree, direction, order, writ, or any process of the court. And the second thing is willful breach of any undertaking which is given to the court. So in that context, it amounts to civil contempt. Now you see the concept of criminal contempt, which has been defined under section 2C of the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. According to it, it amounts to the criminal contempt amounts when there is a publication, whether by words spoken or written, or by signs, or by visible representation, or otherwise of any matter, or the doing of any other act whatsoever which, number one, scandalizes or tends to scandalize, or lowers or tends to lower the authority of the court. Second one, such act prejudices or interferes or tends to interfere with the due course of any judicial proceeding. Or number third, any such act interferes or tends to interfere with or obstructs or tends to obstruct the administration of justice in any other manner. So in that context, we can say that that is a criminal contempt. In a brief, we can summarize criminal contempt comprises of two things. It is either publication of certain matter by way of words, that may be spoken words or written words, by way of signs, sometimes by visible representations, or doing such act which scandalizes the authority of the court, which prejudices or interferes with the due course of any judicial proceeding, or sometimes it interferes or obstructs the administration of justice, then it can be considered as criminal contempt of a court. Friends, as we know, this picture is showing that while the court proceeding is going on, a person is trying to record or take a selfie, and certainly it is trying to create a hurdle in smooth functioning of the court, and accordingly it could be amounting to contempt of court. Similarly, you might have came across with various news wherein we have seen that the accused, they have hurled the shoe towards the judge, honorable judges who are delivering or rather conducting the court procedure. So that act is also amounting to contempt of.
Friends, it is true that under Article 19 of the Constitution, every citizen of India has been guaranteed with right to freedom of speech and expression. Even the lawyer who is taking the case of his client in the court of law has been guaranteed with this freedom of speech and expression. At the same time, we have to take into account Article 19, Clause 2 of the Constitution, which talks about reasonable restriction. And contempt of a court is one of such reasonable restriction from which even a lawyer is not immune. So I hope you understood the topic. Thank you. Thank you.